Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We meet again. So, continue our third lesson to find the first derivative of product and quotient rule. So, we have two types of rules that we have to imply in differentiation. First one is the product rule and the second one is the quotient rule. So, macam mana nak jadi product rule ni? When you see your function has been multiplied with two terms, u and v. What kind of terms? Macam mana bentuk terms dia? I show you later. So this is the formula to find the product rule, to find the dy dx or the first derivative. Dy over dx. Dx ni adalah the unknown under in the u with respect to x, meaning that dx is with respect to x. So meaning that in u there will be x, in v it will be x as well. Okay, so this is the formula, so you might want to jot it down. Dy over dx is equals to u dv over dx plus v du over dx. So this is what we call as product rule. Then the second rule we have quotient rule. Quotient ni maksudnya pembahagi. So why? So how does we recognize our quotient rule? Is when your terms there's a few terms yang kita boleh put inside the quotient rule, which is nanti kita tengok. So this is the formula as well. The quotient rule is implied normally biasanya bila kita gunakan kuasa yang lebih tinggi, kuasa ataupun power more than 2 and above, greater than 2 and above. Okay, so biasanya kita akan implied quotient rule. Okay, so you have it should be u over v. So this is the formula. Dy over dx is equals to v du over dx minus u dv over dx over v square. So this is the quotient rule formula and this is the product rule formula. You might want to jot this down first. Okay, so moving on to the next page. So these are a few examples of when I said earlier that the product rule. Ini adalah termasuk dalam product rule. Kenapa dia product? Sebab dia adalah product ni biasanya kita selalu kaitkan dengan darab. Okay, so meaning that product rule tadi adalah y equals to uv, right? So meaning that this is your u and this is your v. So ini kita panggil dia product rule. Okay, in this case, dalam case yang pertama ni tadi, kita masih boleh selesaikan dia menggunakan yang biasa kita selesaikan, iaitu we just need to expand this. So dia akan jadi y sama dengan x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. So you'll get x square minus 5x plus 6. And then after that, you differentiate it with respect to x. So you have to differentiate. So the question is, you want to differentiate the function. Differentiate the function. Okay, so what you get is, you take the 2, you reduce the power. So it will be 2x, 2 minus 1 minus 5. Only 5, yeah? So, dia akan jadi 2x minus 5. So, this is easy. So, memang kita boleh guna product rule. Tapi, when the power is only 1, di sini, bila power dia setiap satunya, u dan v, dia power dia cuma 1. So, it's easier for us to just expand it. Okay, kalau kita expand dia lagi mudah. Tetapi, what if you were given something like this? Is it possible for you to expand x minus 2 with x minus 3 power 4? So, ini sepatutnya dia akan menjadi begini. Kalau kita nak expand dia akan jadi begini. It will look something like this. Is it possible for you to expand this? Yes, it's possible. It's still possible. But we require a lot of time to expand one by one. Okay, and I think we macam ni lah sepatutnya. Ini baru the first bracket. Untuk yang di second, third and fourth bracket dah jadi semakin susah. So there are another ways to do it easier. It's just by using the product rule. So we know that our product rule is U, V, meaning that this will be your U and this will be your V. So we write it down back. What is your U, which is equals to x minus 2. And then when you differentiate du with respect to x, then you'll get 1. Okay? So what about V? V, x minus 3 power of 4. So dv over dx is equals to, we take down or we reduce the power of the bracket, x minus 3, 4 minus 1. And then we have to differentiate the terms inside the terms yang berada di dalam bracket. Don't forget this. Some of my students always forget to differentiate the terms inside the bracket. So what you get is, you get d over dx x minus 3 is supposed to be 1. So you'll get 4x minus 3 power of 3. Now, using the formula that I just said just now, the formula of the product rule is dy over dx is equals to u dv over dx plus v du over dx. So this is the only formula of product rule. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, so next is, what we do is we just follow everything from the formula. Dy over dx is equals to, what is your u? Your u is equals to x minus 2. So I take x minus 2 and I put it here. X minus 2. And what is your dv dx? Your dv dx is equals to 4 minus 3 power of 3. So I put it here. 4 multiplied with x minus 3 power of 3. And then we have solved for dv over dx. And then we plus it with, what is your v? Your v is equals to x minus 3 power of 4. And then your du over dx is equals to 1. So everything is just like the formula that has been given earlier, kan? Okay. So what we do is we have to make it simpler, and let's see how can we make it simpler or make it easier for us to understand. So for this one, you got 3 bracket. First bracket, second bracket, and third bracket. Can you multiply 4 with x minus 3 power of 3? So you cannot multiply this with this because you have power yang lebih besar di sini. So what you do is you take 4 and you multiply with the other one. So it will be easier. So you multiply 4, you get 4x minus 2 and x minus 3 power of 3 plus with x minus 3 power of 4. Now, this in one group. And this one is another group, the second group. First group. Okay, what you see in first group and second group, do you see something that is similar? Something yang sama? So I can see something that is similar, which is x minus 3 power of 3. So what I do is, I take out or I factorize x minus 3 power of 3 from the first group. And then what's left is 4x minus 2 plus with, apa yang tinggal di sini after I take out power of 3 here. So yang tinggal hanyalah x minus 3. Okay? So if you want to check, you can always multiply it back. So this one multiplied this, you get this one multiplied with this, you get this one. This one multiplied with this, you got the same one. Cuma apa yang berlaku, power dia akan bertambah 1. Okay? So since we already factorize it, apa yang berlaku seterusnya is that x minus 3 power of 3, I can simplify this. It will happen to be 5x minus 5. Right. Okay. So, I can simplify this as well. I take out 5. And the balance will be x minus 1 multiplied with x minus 3 power of 3. Now, that is how you find the differentiate or the gradient function of our function earlier. Now, do you see the difference between this one and this one? Okay, the first example is just that the power is only 1. But for the second example, the power is getting higher. So if it's getting higher, then you have to use the product rule. So I got another example for you for us to solve it together. Okay, this is, I think this is easier. Okay. Wait, I want to see whether I got another more question that's a little bit tricky. Okay. I think you can solve this one. Okay. Solve this. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. This is easier. So I'm going to try for you to solve this one. So you are using u and v as well. And remember, I write it down here. The formula for dy dx for product rule is u dv over dx plus v du over dx. So, recognize your u and v first. Normally, I said this is my first one. The first one will be u. The second one will be v. So, u is equals to, I rewrite x squared plus 1. So, I differentiate du over dx. You'll get 2x. Right? 1, if you differentiate du over dx with 1, then it will be 0. Because there's nothing to differentiate 1. Because there's no x in it. Tiada x untuk 1. So, what about v? Okay, our v now is 2x minus 3 power of 4. Now, what I do is I differentiate dv over dx. So, I reduce the power of 4. And then I got 2x minus 3 power of 4 minus 1. And I need to differentiate. Don't forget this one. I have to differentiate the terms inside the bracket. Then it happens to be not yet. I write it down first. So 4 2x minus 3 power of 3. Differentiate 2x minus 3. I got 2. So it will be 8 2x minus 3 power of 3. Now, we already find our u. We know our v. We have find our du dx. And we have already find our dv over dx. Now, what we do is, we just need to substitute into the formula of dy dx, the product rule. U dv over dx plus v du over dx. Okay, let's do this together. Okay, so our dy dx is, starting with u. What is our u? Our u is x squared plus 1. And our dv dx is 8 multiplied with 2x minus 3 power of 3. Plus it with v. V, we have 2x minus 3 power of 4 multiplied with 2 with du dx, which is 2x. So, let's arrange these together. So, I don't want to expand 8 with x squared minus 1 plus 1, sorry. And I cannot expand 8 with 2x minus 3 power of 3. Why? Because the power is more than 1. So we cannot expand this one, okay? So please bear that in mind. Okay, so I just susun dia semula and rearrange it. X squared plus 1 in bracket 2x minus 3 power of 3 plus 2x will be in front. 2x minus 3 power of 4. Now, from the first question that you do just now with me, so this is, we say that this is the first group. And this will be the second group. Did you see any similarity from this first and second group? Yes. What do you see? So, you see that they are sharing the same like terms. This one. It's just a matter of power dia berbeza. Satu power dia 3, satu power dia 4. So, we are taking this out, or we see that we factorize it. So, we take the smallest one to be outside. And then, what we have in the first group left is 8, x squared plus 1, and 2x. And another one is 2x minus 3 power of 4. Ni dia tinggal berapa? Because we already take 3 in front. So, dekat dalam dia akan jadi 2x minus 3 power of 1. So, what we do next is we have to expand. Okay, so let's expand. So, what happened is 8x square plus 8. Okay, yang ni dah siap. So, yang ini akan jadi 4x square minus 6x. Okay, so susun. 8x square plus 4x square happens to be 12x square minus 6x plus with 8. Can we simplify that? Boleh tak simplify lagi? Boleh. We can take out 2. We can take out 2, bawa ke depan. So, dia jadi 6x kuasa 2 tolak 3x tambah 4 dalam kurungan 2x minus 3 power of 3. Okay? You can always you have to always put coefficient ataupun yang tiada unknown untuk berada di depan sekali. Okay? Alright? So, settle for this one. Okay? So, you have already found the dy over dx. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So we can solve this. This is easy. Okay, you just need to do it, practice more. Okay, so that you can understand how to find the product rule, how to distinguish quotient rule and product rule. Okay, moving on to the next rule, which is quotient rule. Kita kata pada quotient ni adalah baki. Quotient ni adalah baki, kan? Baki tu mesti bahagi. Okay. So, for quotient rule, normally the function will be like this. Mesti dia akan jadi fraction. Satu, kita panggil dia numerator, and another one is denominator. So, from this case, okay, I tulis dulu the formula. So, dy over dx is equals to v. Yang tadi product rule start with u. So for quotient rule, it's always start with v, du dx. Dia mesti berlawanan. Minus u dv over dx over v square. Okay. Ramai student yang selalu salah tentang v square. Dia tertinggal untuk letak v square. So, don't be careless. So, from here, we can definitely tahu bahawa this is our u, this is our v. So, we write it down. Our u is 2x plus 1 and our v is x square minus 3. So, our du over dx is equals to 2 and our dv over dx is equals to, we differentiate x square, we reduce the power for x, so it happens to be 2x minus 0. We can always not put 0. Okay? So, taking the formula with you, in my childhood time, when I was like you, I always rewrite the formula so that in the end I will not get confused. Okay, so v is equals to x square minus 3. I just follow the formula here given. So what is v? I put v, my v first, and then I put du over dx and then minus. Just follow the formula. It's easy like that. So my du over dx is equals to 2 minus my u is equals to 2x plus 1 and my dv dx is equals to 2x over it with my v square. What is my v? My v is x square minus 3 because it's requires square, so I have to put square. So, can we simplify this? Definitely. So, I got 2x square minus 6 minus with 4x square. I have to put bigger bracket. Why? I have to put bigger bracket. Why? Because I got negative here. Negative will kacau. Will disturb any signs inside the bracket. Okay? So 2x times 4x squared. So 1 plus 2x squared happens to be 2x. And after that, barulah kita boleh buka the bracket. x2 minus 3 square. So 2x square, let's arrange it together. 4x square minus 2x over x square minus 3 square. Now, benarkan I untuk sambung di sebelah. Okay, I continue di sebelah. So, my dy over dx is equals to 2x square minus 4x square, negative 2x square minus 2x minus 6 over x square minus 3 square. Okay, I can still simplify my yang sebelah atas, my numerator. So, I take out negative 2. Keluarkan negative 2. So, apa yang berada kat dalam? X square plus x plus 3. So, x square minus 3 square. Okay? So, you can just put your answer like that. Okay? So, that is finalized. Okay, siap sudah. So, for question quotient rule. Okay, I got another question for you, for question rule for you to solve. Okay? So, this one is already done. Then, let's do this together. Macam senang pula. I jadikan dia sedikit susah. Okay, I put square here. So, find the gradient function of y. So, one more question before we end the class today. So, other than saying that it's the gradient function, selain dia kata gradient function, we can say that gradient function is also dy or dy over dx. Okay? Selain kita katakan di gradient function, sometimes the question just give you what? Find the gradient function of y. Jangan terkejut pula. Gradient function is actually dy over dx. You differentiate your y with respect to x. Now, I already wrote down the formula of quotient rule. I know this is quotient rule because you got denominator, you got numerator. So, definitely we are going to use the quotient rule. So, the the numerator will be u, the denominator will be v. So, u is equals to 1 minus 2x power of 3 and v is equals to x minus 1 square. So, let's differentiate this together. So, du over dx is equals to satu dah tiada, differentiate. We differentiate with respect to x. There's no x there, right? So, it will be 0. Minus 2, I take out 3. I take down my 3 because we are reducing the power, right? 3 minus 1. So, it will be negative 6x power of 2. Now, my dv over dx is equals to 2x minus 1 power of 1. Remember, you have to always differentiate the terms that inside the bracket. So, 2x minus 1. So, this will be 1. You differentiate x, so you got 1. So, 2x minus 1. Okay, now let's take everything into the formula. So, dy over dx is equals to, starting with v. So, your v is x minus 1 power of 2 multiplied with du over dx, which is negative 6x square, minus u, which is 1 minus 2x power of 3, times with dv dx. Now, dv dx is 2x minus 1 over v square. So, this is our v, right? V is x minus 1 power of 2 because the quotient rule got another 2, so you have to square it with another 2. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, can we just expand this? No, not yet. Okay, so recognize first what's the similarity between the first group and the second group. Find the similarity. What do you see? What is the similarity? So it is x minus 1, right? So I take out my x minus 1, or I factorize it. So apa yang tinggal untuk the first group, this is your second group, is x minus 1 sahaja yang tinggal. Then multiply it with negative 6x square, minus it with 1 minus 2x cube, multiply it with 2. Now, what about x minus 1? Ada lagi ke tak ada? Tiada jawapan dia. Kenapa? Because we already take it out. Oh, we have factorized it. So, yang tinggal itu sahaja. Over quotient rule ya. Remember quotient rule mesti ada over. 2 darab 2 dia jadi 4. Okay. So, x minus 1. Kita expand dia 1 per 1. Dia jadi negatif 6x kuasa 3 tambah 6x kuasa 2 tolak 2 tambah 4x kuasa 3. Over it with x minus 1 power of 4. Now, if you can see here, this is x minus 1 and this is x minus 1 as well. Tapi yang ini dia ada x minus 1 power of 4. Can we simplify this? Yes. So, dia akan jadi power of 3. So, sambung. Yang ke atas x minus 1 dah tak ada. That's why you have to factorize it. Supaya kita senang di kemudian hari kita boleh simplify. So, negative 6x cube plus 4x cube dia jadi negative 2x cube tambah 6x square minus 2 over x minus 1 kuasa 3. Okay, you can simplify. You can just leave your answer like that. Dah tak boleh dah simplify lagi. Oh, boleh simplify lagi. How? We take out 2 di luar. Kita ambil 2 kat luar. So, yang tinggal kat dalam adalah negatif x kuasa 3 tambah 3x kuasa 2 minus 1 over x minus 1 power of 3. Okay, that will be your dy over dx for this function, or the gradient function of y. So this is the gradient function, or dy over dx. Okay, that's all for today. So today you have learned 2 things. One is the product rule. The product rule, where you have to see the product rule normally is dia mesti didarabkan from one group to another group product rule. So the quotient rule, it must be the fraction. Okay, function itu dalam bentuk fraction. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and please do the exercises that I give to you in the Telegram group. Okay, if you got anything to ask, just hit me in your PM, or you can DM me, whether it's in WhatsApp group or Telegram, doesn't matter, as long as I can answer you. Thank you very much.